Greetings and salutations. Welcome one, welcome all to you, and of course you. Welcome to the Sunday Night Hang, the 3,000 subscriber celebration. Wow, I even said that right. Yes, I'm Ben. You knew that. This is my channel. That's my name down there. Hopefully you clicked that subscribe button right next. No, that's not even next to the name. That's over on the other side. It's down there. Name's over here with the subscriber count. Subscribe and the bell's over there. Hey, how y'all doing? Perfect. Love it. We've got a good crowd in here already. 23 people in the first minute and a half. We've got surprise guests tonight because you know what? I wouldn't be here without you. Yep. You know, thousands of you decided to click that subscribe button. So who's the guests tonight? Well, we're going to have several. And who are they? I don't know. People from here in the chat. So if you want to come on, the first, I don't know, 3 people that sends me a message, I'll send you a link and send it through the Book of Faces if you can, because that's open. If you're on there, definitely send me the link and I'll add you to the stream and we can hang out, have fun. And excuse me, you know, before we do roll call, we need a cold snack. Let's see here. That ain't gonna do. We're gonna need to large size the cold snack for tonight's show. That's right. So you just get away with your standard size offering of your performance enhancing beverage. And while I crack that open, we've got Benji Payne here. Awesome. Welcome, New Zealand. Nice. We've got Thomas Santiago. Thomas Santiago. Thomas Santiago. Thomas Santiago. Hey, Thomas Santiago. Thomas Santiago. Joined by Roadies Jam, Milt T, Scott Brockway, Headstock Harem, L&M Guitar Corner, Papa Blue, Tinkerbell, excuse me, Believable, O's Images, Fret Level Midnight, Benji Payne. I said him. Good, perfect. He deserves to be said twice. The one, the only, Sean Pierce Johnson in the house. Sounds good, sounds good. Okay, we've got some links to send out. Perfect. EC Painter, Michael Easter, Keith H., Scott Brockway, William De Silva, Martin Lemaire, Lovely Janice, Absolute Mayhem, Troy Alcorn, Down with Corn Dug. What? Down and back with Corn Dug.
Hey,
look at that. Krenar is here, the Albanian assassin himself. Since Ty Domi retired, we got to have another Albanian assassin, so it might as well be Krenar. We've got Fret Level Midnight, Randy Crux, Robot Master Switch, Vince, RJ, 10 Solo Music Company, Emery. Good to see Emery in here. Dave Lewis, BC Rich 581, Michael B. Y'all talking well before the show started. Zach Thong, Nick KB Music, Dale Palmer, SRP2 Music. Hello, welcome. New name on the channel, I think. I don't. James James is here. Yep. Sandra's here. Thank you very much, Sandra. And Ryan X. That was a long time ago. Okay, so I've got some links to forward out. How you doing, Doug?
not too bad. It's been like, it seems like forever since we talked.
Yeah, it's been at least an hour, right?
Has it been an hour?
I don't know, since we've texted. I don't know, 20 minutes.
Good. Sure. I just thought I'd try and make another appearance because your subscribers seem to jump up whenever I make an appearance.
Well, I think out of pity. That's what it is.
I think so.
Yeah, those folks that I sent links to can jump in whenever for, some said for a while. That's perfect. We can rotate people in and out without having, looking like the Brady Bunch here where everybody's talking at once. Hey, I don't want to miss that. We got one of those super duper chats. Hey, how do I scroll back? There, that's how you do it. Won't show the emojis, but we got toques and horns and horns and toques and horns and what? There he is.
What's
one.
Up?
Sean Pierce Johnson in the house.
Happy 3K, buddy.
Thank you very much, sir.
Oh man, good to see your bright and shining hoser face.
I try. Got to keep it sexy just for you, my friend.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Oh, dang.
I'm gonna crack open. Just gonna crack open this one and actually give you a little cheers, buddy. It's hard work. I know we all went through a hell of a lot in 2020, but and I know you did personally. I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for the support. And then I can't wait to actually do this in person again.
Right. So speaking of which, we're trying to get cousin Doug here out to California, Sean.
Ah, hello, cousin Doug. How are you?
How you doing? Not bad. Yeah, I need to. I had another guy on my personal show last week that was like, "Come out to California." I'm like, "Pay my way. I'll come out gladly."
I wouldn't recommend coming out to California right now. Just because, finally, Disneyland, Universal Studios, all those places are going to be opening up again later on in the month. But through the grapevine, I've heard that all those places are only going to be open to residents. So we'll give this whole ordeal a little bit more time to sort itself out, and then all the fun stuff will be open again.
Well, we're for those who don't know, we're fully locked down again in Ontario to the point of they're looking at calling in the Red Cross, military involvement, setting up field hospitals.
Our hash dealer premier said no, we don't need the Red Cross.
Not to get too political, but yeah. Well,
wow.
If you really want to know how well our province is run, Sean, which is basically like a state, do you remember about 10 years ago the crackhead mayor of Toronto?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah, his brother is our premier now.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's how our year's been going.
Okay. All right. Well,
a little donation for your ice polo team. Nice ice polo. Yes.
Ice polo. I like that.
So yeah, so we're here to celebrate and have fun. There's Stephen Dugan, Wilvarella, Blackjack Guitar Nut, Robot Master Switch, folks, peeps, if you will. Yeah. So I have to thank Sean as one of those YouTubers that like to shout out some ne'er-do-well from north of the border on occasion, and struck up a friendship with me a couple of years ago. Doug's obligated to shout me out, family. So
I'm kind of tired.
That's one of those.
You can do it out of pity. I can't. I gotta.
Well, when it comes to family, it's blood is one of those bonds that unfortunately you're never going to be able to break, no matter how hard and how long you try. Oh man.
Brad, I will put it up again. In fact, he said, "Did you say yes?" I'm preparing to celebrate," said Super Chat, "as we speak." So I definitely thank you very much, and Scott as well. Appreciate it, and Mayhem, and because he's not ready. The one, the only, fucking believable.
Love it.
The man who gives me nightmares.
Yeah. Gives you nightmares.
Yeah. Well, you just like say, "Hey, have you ever heard of this pedal?" No. Well, I'm looking at one right now. Oh, perfect. Thanks. Yeah.
Well, then I might have more nightmares to share based on Guitar Hack's recent interview with Lawrence, but we're not going to go into that just yet. Congratulations, Ben, on 3,000 subscribers. That is a huge accomplishment, brother. Much love and praise to you, man. You've grinded, you've worked your ass off, and it's showing, man. And the reviews that you do and the overall just humor and love that you bring to the videos, but in life in general, is very apparent. And I think that's why it means so much to us as a guitar gear nerd community, is that, like you say, karma is real, and it is, and you show it so much. So thank you, my friend. Thank you so much.
I'm glad you enjoy the personality, because this guy here will tell you after being in a trailer for 2 weeks with him, it's a little on his nerves, I think.
He absolutely stinks. Stinks.
Hey, Gabe.
That's just a victim of circumstance, Doug. I mean, you can embrace it or you can run away. I don't know how to help you with that, bro.
It's my trailer. I can't run away.
Kick him out.
He's tried.
I've
I keep
tried.
it back like a bad penny.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Blackjack Guitar. And thank you, Randy, if I didn't put that up already. Dang.
I put the calendar in camera for you, Ben.
Oh, thank you. Yes. I just remember my poor sister, she comes into your chat for the first time, happens to ask about the calendar right after you went on a rant about it, not 30 seconds earlier. And she's like, hey, what's up with the calendar? You're just, that's it. I'm done. She's like, I thought Sean was a nice gentleman. I'm like, he is, but you had to ask about it after Quentin did.
Oh yeah. After Quentin basically made it a thing in the live shows.
Yeah.
Hey, where's the calendar? Hey, where's the calendar? Hey,
yeah,
look
I'm
at
just
the
here
calendar.
for the calendar.
Yeah, I'm just here for the calendar.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Speaking of nightmares, there, Chris.
What do I do now?
Because I have the memory of a sieve, we'll blame it on certain lifestyle choices. I keep forgetting the Ember has been in existence. So I ordered an Embers this week.
You're getting Embers this week?
Well,
really?
I don't know. I ordered it this week. I don't know if I'm going to get it this week.
Yeah, that I'm jealous, but are we really going to get into this game this early? Don't we have an unboxing to do or something before we start this? Because, all right, well, we know this one.
Yes.
Because Lawrence announced it, and so it's
Yes.
official. So I can show this without
repercussions.
any
And for
kind
those who don't know, that
any,
is the
I can show it without any kind of guilt. And he announced a couple of other things, and apparently I can show those now because he announced them, and so I can show these without any kind of guilt.
Yes, the infamous reverb.
The reverb. Yep, that he announced on Hacks show. All right, so this is Proto 1.
These are all LPD pedals, by the way, Sean.
Oh, yeah,
because I know you're
sorry.
That's what
Yes.
what I was thinking. I heard the Lawrence, and I figured that's what was going on.
It's Lawrence. It's
because
it's brother
it's
Lawrence.
handy living like a 10-minute drive from Lawrence.
Oh, proximity. That's always help.
Yeah, here I am stuck in the Great White North.
Apparently he likes my feedback on my shitty playing when these are on my board. But this is the reverb. This is going to be the actual size compared to.
Right.
Sorry, shit. Cameras. So this is going to be the actual size, about the size of a box. And then he mentioned a tap tempo delay.
Yes, a tap
well.
tempo after Mr. I'll never do a delay. Still saying that a year ago.
Yeah, this is the tap tempo delay.
Now,
proto.
is that the White Rabbit or the Lawyer Rival with the tap tempo?
No, this is the tap tempo delay. This is going to be the hybrid that he has coming out. This is the one that he mentioned on Hack's show that is he has enough parts for and will do, but I had the proto. So
Of course
lucky me. Of course. Well.
I shake my fist in love. You know that. Anytime you see this in a demo, that's you, and it's saying I love you.
I wasn't going to talk about any of this until early summer, and then he had Lawrence had the interview with Guitar Hack and mentioned what he's doing for the rest of the year.
Right.
And so I shouldn't be allowed to mention any of this, but he already broke it. But I'm just the jerk that somehow ends up with the protos, and I'm sorry you're jealous. I know Doug is jealous. Look at him; he's looking at me like just.
Ben knows I got a face for something else.
Yeah, radio.
Sure.
No, it's just It's yeah. Once again, proximity and and all that. But apparently, he likes my feedback on his pedals. So
He does, and I like your feedback on pedals because you haven't steered them wrong yet, buddy.
Well, no, it's just one of those things. Being on the newsletter, and then he asks the open question. Well, what would you like to see next?
Yeah,
I am the dumbass to ask him to do something that is not a boost or a distortion. It's like, well, let's do time delay.
I don't understand why.
No credit to me. Obviously, he's had these thoughts for a long time, but apparently, I'm the one that confirmed it all for him.
I think pestering him
you
for 2
apparently
years.
know your way around you apparently know your way around a circuit. So let's explore that, please. And
this is
once again,
I bitched at him for years to get into a course. Years, and he's like, "No, won't do it." But finally, demand is a sad person. So we have to coordinate. We'll just say together, you have to do, like he said, once he works at the Univibe, he may develop my phase idea. Well, we need to get him on that because we all need a phaser.
Well, for sure. But when he was on Phil's show and did an interview with him, and it was a live thing, and I had asked him, well, what about time-based effects? He said, no, I'm not really interested. And I kept asking the questions, what about a chorus? I mean, because there's plenty out there, but you're Lawrence, and you can figure a different way how to do it and make it sound different. So, and he has. And once again, I'm all about this course. I cannot wait for it to be unleashed on the world. The 2-channel one, we're still talking about back and forth, and I still have to figure out a way to pay for the damn thing. But the reverb is it's the best sounding reverb, and I've had them all. I mean, it's the best sounding reverb on a board, and it's going to be this size, the size of a Boss, and it's.
I know the circuit well.
Fantastic.
I cannot teased me about that circuit a couple of years ago. Yeah.
If there's anything I've learned about working with pedal companies over the last decade of my life, it's that if a pedal builder ever says, I'm not really interested in that, give it 2 or 3 years, and they'll be like, yeah, I actually have a X pedal that I'm working on. I thought you said you weren't interested in that. Yeah, well, I got bored.
Yeah.
That's always the way that it works.
Well, this is the thing, Sean. The pedal I just ordered from Lawrence, the Embers. That's his take on a Klon with an added bass control. Okay.
Okay.
If I haven't ranted about it already on this channel, when I drove down to Nashville with Aaron in 2019 for Summer NAMM, I was texting with Lawrence about my first idea for a signature pedal. I said, gee, Lawrence, I'd love to do a Klon with a bass control. No, I'm not interested in doing that. So, that's why the Nice Drive A was 1.5 years in the making, because Lawrence had to steal all my ideas for the 2021 product line, apparently. And then the one circuit he decided to throw away and discontinue. He goes, yeah, okay, I guess we can do that, I guess. So.
Yeah, apparently he's stealing all our ideas, man.
Well, if he wants to steal them, that's fine.
John, how many pedal builders have stolen your ideas?
Actually, none, because I don't share my ideas anymore.
Yeah. Well, you're
After-
smarter than me, Sean. You've been in the game longer. Again, certain lifestyle choices and late night text messages don't help. At least you're on the West Coast, so they don't nail you at midnight. Hey, what do you think about this? I don't think about a lot at midnight.
I mean, let me just put it this way. You can, if you have an idea, and this is just based on my own experience, if you have an idea for something, chances are that, one, they've already thought about it, and two, that the reason it's not a thing is because they're not convinced that they can make money with it. You know, for years, it was like with Brian Wampler, you know, just he makes these great dirt boxes. He's like, at one point, he was the king of amp in a box pedals.
Right.
And, you know, he's just making these great drive pedals, And then he starts putting out stuff like the faux spring reverb. He did a couple other reverbs. And then he just, like Brian, to me, just comes across as one of those guys that he's always going to be trying new stuff. But you'd hear people constantly say, like, oh, I wish Wampler made a phaser. I wish Wampler made a flanger. I wish Wampler did this. I wish Wampler did that. Basically just because they're a fanboy that wants an entirely Wampler pedal board. But
God, I feel so bad for Lawrence now.
Yeah, it's like, because the thing with Brian, though, is he wasn't content to just do that. You know, it's like, if it's worth doing, then it's worth doing the way that he wants to do it. I see the Rat's Bane just got brought up in the chat, and the Tumnus has been brought up too. And it's like, why did Brian make the Tumnus? I know, because I asked him. He made it because it was hard to get a Klon. And not only that, he was making the first mini Klon. Yes. The Rat's Bane, it's like, he's liked rats for years, and people have been asking for a rat forever from him.
And that's the hot new circuit people are trying to tackle.
Yeah.
You know, without using those rare chips. Like when Lawrence did his Berman, a year or two ago there, that thing, he's like, yeah, so I kind of made a rat. I was like, oh yeah, where'd you get the chips? He goes, oh no, the circuit's completely different than a rat. But somehow taking a completely different path, he was able to end up at the same result. Like, the thing sounds like a rat.
At the end of the day, it's just like, if anything is worth doing and they're going to be putting their name on it, it's like, why would you want to just bring back what is? And, on the subject of rats, I think about the Walrus Audio Iron Horse, which is essentially their take on a rat. And they actually use the LM308 chip. That's like the classic rat chip. But what they do differently is that the tone control that they put in the circuit is different than the filter circuit that you typically find on a rat pedal. It's a little bit sweeter in the high end. And then they also added like a clipping, like a diode clipping or something to the circuit, so that you could get like progressively more compressed distortion sound. But even with that, it's like a completely different take, and Brian's the same way. It's like, I don't care if people want me to do it. If I'm going to do it when I feel like it's time to do it. And I think we saw a lot of that modulation clamoring in the his modulation with MIDI that came out a couple years ago, the Terraform.
Yes.
So the true answer is, Sean, is that they stole all your ideas until you didn't give them up anymore.
Well,
where Ben and I just beg, can you please just do this for us, please? And
I would say it's more, we were thinking along the same lines. And so it's like, okay, if we're thinking along the same lines, then chances are they're going to come to something that's better than I could come up with. But also, when I want it, they're going to have it.
Right.
Okay. Exactly. Well, but I think that it's similar, is that and like Ben, is that we're always searching for that specific tone change.
We don't know how to make it ourselves, but we know Lawrence, and he knows how to do canery and voodoo. And I'm
For
thinking,
sure.
actually, the guy I just brought on screen,
I do too.
He repairs that stuff, and I bet you he substituted parts and stuff. And I want to welcome Scott Rockaway because he's a cool cat. He's starting
Face
to put
reveal.
out some content. Check him out, folks. But super cool guy. We did a pedal trade. Not going to lie. Why not? Because there it is. Yes, he has my old Zen drive. So we worked that out. So welcome, Scott. Thanks for coming on board.
Hey,
How you
thanks,
doing?
man. I'm doing great. Congratulations on 3,000. You know, they say the first 10,000 is the hardest.
I'm still learning that lesson.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Well, thanks a lot for coming on and joining us. And I want to shout out, we got Zach Thong returning in here, and I saw Robot Master Switch, Tinkerbell's here, and I saw one of my co-hosts for Wednesday night show, Nez Says, Mr. Ty Price, who is also the cool cat who does my cool intro videos. Yeah, I just said that. Oops, sorry, Ty. Let it be known. And hopefully he'll do one for the NAS Canucks podcast soon. Just saying. I know he's busy playing rock and roll. So, all good. All good. So, yeah, we got 69 people watching. Nice.
69.
That's a nice number.
Her says, nice. I thought the first 1,000 was the hardest, darn it. The first 1,000's damn hard.
Yeah.
I've got, I don't know, 400 and something, but that's from something that I used to do. And as soon as I changed my channel format, they all ran like 200 of them instantly unsubbed for me. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What's this pedal stuff you're doing? We don't understand this.
Yeah, but these other people do. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys do. It's thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's funny because I met you in several chats, right? Sometime back, we'll say, and and it's one of those deals like Chris and Sean. You just pop up a community and names start looking familiar, and I was like, this guy's a pretty cool cat, and then you started, you're in my chat, and I'd pose questions or people would pose questions, I do Q&A, and I don't have the answers, and sometimes Scott did. I was like, oh, all right. And then we started communicating through emails and stuff. He's like, yeah, I'm doing these repairs and this and that. I'm like, oh, snap. That's cool. I'm like, please tell me your logo. Nope, not even close.
No, I'm on the other side of Kanukistan. So
that's a new one.
Yep.
Ugh.
I wish, Will. Yeah, 4,000 would be an amazing goal. I'm hoping for 4,000 by my birthday next year.
Yeah, that's a more
I hope you get
realistic
10,000.
goal.
I'd love to,
Yeah. I'd love to get to 10,000 by my next birthday, but I don't see that happening.
Exactly. Like, I just like to get comfortable enough where, Sean, you know how it goes? Like, the channel can essentially be on autopilot and you don't have to grind away all the time because you have to consistently put out new content just to get the momentum going.
Oh, totally. Absolutely. Especially right now. It's just so difficult. Like, I don't know, Ben, because we haven't talked in a bit. So I don't know exactly how you've been going about trying to do videos. But for me, like, because I've been working in the industry as a professional for so long, a lot of my stuff is based off my relationships with companies that I have already established. And it just seems like right now, as big as the musical instrument industry did in 2020, that's not reflecting in the early part of 2021. Right. I have companies that are still saying, yeah, we think we're going to send you something from emails I sent back in February. And I'm just now receiving like one of those things rather than like 10 of those things. So, thank God this
supply chain.
Thank God this new Friedman pedal is good though.
Yeah, no,
I can't wait to see that.
I just got this yesterday and it's like, well, you know what? It was well worth the wait. It's really, really fantastic.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Talking about a builder that I'd be like, hey, Dave, why haven't you done this in a pedal yet? But Dave does whatever the hell he wants to do. And I don't feel like bothering Dave.
I hear you on that. I hear you. Yeah, I've been fortunate. Two of the guys on screen right here, working out. Chris has sent me in some pedals to demo. Worked at the trade with Scott. Doing that with friends, family, subscribers, what have you, mainly, and that's been the largest portion of my content has been these guys. Because as far as dealing with companies like Outlaw, I don't even know if they're still in business at this point. They stopped returning emails last summer. Hopefully I'm supposed to do something with Eastwood Guitars, which was hit me up in a month, and that was 2 months ago, and I did, but on their pedal sightings, not doing guitars. So
right, because you did the what was that pedal they put out, the Blood Buzz?
Yes, the Valco Blood Buzz.
Yeah,
still can't say it a year later.
That's cool stuff.
Yeah, supposedly we got 2 or 3 more pedals out from that. They're under the Valco brand.
Very cool.
So I'm like, I have no idea. Are they going to go more retro? I don't know. I'm just curious to see.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of upset because years ago, when it comes to Eastwood, because a couple, maybe 5 years ago at most, I was actually referred to them by a fellow YouTuber who shall remain nameless, purely because I don't want to ruin their relationship with the company. Sure. But they were looking for YouTubers to play their guitars in videos, and hey, all those vintage reissues they do are super cool. And they had models I was interested in. I wanted to play them. I wanted to try them out. But the condition they made was, we'll send you a guitar, but it has to be the guitar you play. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't agree to that, having not played the guitar. And I'm happy to use it in videos if I feel like it's the best guitar for the job, but I can't make it the guitar. I've kind of established, you guys, Ben, that silver and black Les Paul, that's the benchmark for my channel.
Yeah,
and
it would have to be something at least in that, very much in that vein, not just in the vein, but very much in that vein.
Right, and even with
reviewing a guitar is an endorsement. I mean, that's
big difference.
That's ridiculous, Sean.
Yeah, and so it was like I was really excited about the prospect of working with them because they make some really cool stuff and very outside of my comfort zone and very different sounds. Like, honestly, if I had one right now, like they make a couple baritones that I'd kill to use on a record that I'm going to start working on in the next couple of weeks. But that was back in a time where I feel like companies just didn't get it. 100%. They were still kind of ingrained in that. Yeah, they're still kind of ingrained in that old industry mentality, and you just can't do that with musicians. Like, we form bonds with our instruments. I mean, even like, I love my Jennings Navigator, but even that, like, when I got that Sonic Blue one from Chad, I was really worried about how that would be perceived on the channel. I loved it and was like, oh man, I gotta absolutely have something like this in the arsenal. I need a Telecaster again. And I was really worried.
Yeah, but I think amongst guitar players, every competent guitar player have a Tele in the arsenal for any kind of, if you're into recording or anything like that, because Tele always fits in the mix. Thank you very much, Fret Level Midnight. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I was definitely worried about
loud runts in your name. Congrats on 3K, buddy. Here's to 97K more.
Nice.
We can hope.
Very good. But I'm glad that it's kind of worked itself into the rotation well, and like anybody that watches God, you and Aaron, when I had that Sonic Blue one, you were just like all over that thing, and I'm kind of bummed that you guys didn't see the one that I got only a month and a half later. It's like a whole other animal.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I trust your opinion on stuff, and you're telling me, oh yeah, it's a great guitar. And I'm like, okay. Well, I'm like, well, you've played Fenders, you've played Squires, you've played other companies' takes on that guitar, So what do you think? And and you just told us flat out, this is what it feels like. This is what it is. Blah blah blah. Just run down the specs. And I was like, man, I got to play it. I got to play one of these things. And you're like, well, he's just this dude out here on the West Coast. I'm like, well, I need to get out there to play one. And so I did. I went to your place and played yours. So,
yes, you did. I'm hoping
it
I
was
get to
everything
see
you
him.
had said it was. I was like, yep, all right.
Hey, I'm glad that it was. I'm hoping I get to see him again soon. We were talking about a month and a half ago about me coming back up to his shop and checking things out.
Nice. Hey, Preston.
I miss
Could be Preston Smith in here.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm just sitting here listening to you guys like, oh, I got this many subs because I'm still a year and a half still new, and I'm seeing that my knees hurt. He's down there with the slums with me, but no, just for me, like Ben really pushed me to start my channel, right?
Well, it's for him to quit calling and texting me all day about it. Here, talk to. There's others out there, Doug. Trust me. There's others out there.
But the thing is that's where I get. I don't jealous really isn't the word, but just the community that you guys have here. Like I see you guys on your live shows, and it's just you got like the 70 people watching. Ben, I started doing some live shows once we went into the COVID lockdown here, and I was getting like I'd have someone on who was like big in the cornhole world, and I would have like Ben and Terry watching. Like there'd be no one watching live, right? They haven't really kind of embraced the YouTube kind of community yet, which is really unfortunate. But there's only really myself, one other show out of California that do like reviews that haven't done a show in like 10 months, and then there's like another guy here who I'd love to work with in Canada here, but he's kind of a con man. But it's I would love to try and get something going like this.
Keep going. We're up to 77 watching, Doug. Keep going.
It seems like whenever I
cornhole,
that's the thing.
Cornhole is a great sport, and I've played it. I played it a ton, and it's been on ESPN and everything else. So please stick with it because it's only just a matter of time. It's going to break big for you, my friend.
All the guys that are on ESPN are on my show.
Yeah,
right. Like last week, and now
it's very parallel.
Pardon?
It's very parallel. Like that's like Doug and I were talking, and you guys know if you've watched him for a while. Doug's been on here quite a few times, and long before he even started his channel, he was hanging out in the chats, and he saw this community, and he wanted to somehow do a hybrid with the sport of cornhole with the community aspect of it. And we're trying to, and you watch that he gets like. You think I get like cool guests on my channel? Like he gets some cool guests. He's telling me, "Oh yeah, I got this guy." I was like, "Isn't he like right? Like I've heard of that guy. Like he's ranked." And he's like, "Yeah."
Well, actually, last week I had a guy on, and he's from California, Eric Cherney, and he's a cornhole pro. And it's like, okay, fine. And we start talking, and all of a sudden he's like in the Diecast Hall of Fame for like Hot Wheels design, and he's been on Monster Garage, and he's been on Street Tuner Challenge, and if you got kids, the show Paw Patrol, he designed that. And I'm like, and you're a freaking cornhole pro now? Like, what the hell? Right? It's just.
That's a great get. That's got to be a great interview, too. There's so much to talk about there.
Oh, yeah. And then you get the other corner.
Does he play guitar? Does he play guitar,
he
too?
Could. I'm not sure. But then I get the people, after I do the show, I get the people messaging me going like, why'd you have him on? He's not a nice guy. I'm like, I don't care. He's been fine with me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What he said.
Exactly.
Dude, it's one of these things that when you find out what it is that you want to do and you want to make videos on it and you want to focus a channel on it, you're inevitably going to find yourself involved with people that rub opposition the wrong way.
Yeah.
You're never going to be able to please everybody. And at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to have to rest with your conscience and like be cool with it. And quite frankly, it's like, I remember some people thought a video I did with Paul Smith, from PRS Guitars a few years back, like that he came across as a dick, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I got a 5-6 minute video with Paul Reed Smith. I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, and I'm going to agree on both points. You got that video, and he is a dick. But, you know.
Hey, and the
That's
funny
okay.
thing is,
Dicks
funny
need to be
thing is-
interviewed too. That's how
Hey,
we know they're
no
dicks.
comment.
You got to interview them. You
dude,
don't
the
know
funny
they're a
thing
dick
about
by
that
posting
video
it.
is that a friend of mine who like apparently knows him a bit better than I do was like, "Yeah, I think he liked you." I'm like, really? He's like, "Yeah, you should see some of the stuff that I've seen him do with other people. He wasn't nearly as bad." I'm like, oh, okay then.
Man, but then
Hey.
my other thing is that I'm still getting guests on that because Cornell still isn't in the proper thing. I'll have like a list of like 5 talking points because I kind of do it like Ben. I don't have like the set interview. I just do a conversation, and I'll have like the 5 or 6 talking points. And I've had a couple guys on where it's like I went through the 5 or 6 talking points. And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, we're 3 minutes in. You know, I was hoping to do like a 25-minute kind of talk, but it's like, yep. And then you're just scrambling.
And yeah, Ty Price. I know Ty's played quite a few PRSs over the year. He's like, Paul can make an amazing guitar. That he can. And I think it's something we shed like 10 viewers when I agreed he was a dick, but that's okay. It's opinions. Like Fret Level Midnight says, if I don't agree, I just
Exactly,
move on.
dude.
That's fine.
How many Tom, Dicks, and Harrys have started their own YouTube channel based around the same thing that we do, Ben? Like, come on. I'm gonna just
Endless.
go watch another channel if you have such a problem with it.
There's usually like 3 or 4 of us live at any given time. In the grand
for
scheme of-
real. For
So-
real. It's like,
But Paul makes a great
focus-
guitar, so he's worth having on for an interview, Sean. Just like you said, he's
Oh,
worth having on.
please.
And whatever flack comes on, then you know he's going to share some.
Oh,
knowledge, and
yeah.
he's going to give you a hard time with it.
Oh,
and,
man, he may have
you
given
know,
me a hard-
whatever. But
if he gave
He's
me a
worth having
hard
on.
time, it didn't register with me. I was just excited to see the dude. You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
sure.
and that's really a rare thing in this business too. Is
it really is.
more like 90% of the people, like you think any other industry, you get into the corporate level, like owners of companies or board of directors, they're all a bunch of suits and decks. Like you don't want to
Yep.
talk to them.
No.
But our industry, because it's so cool to begin with, you know, they're pretty cool. Pretty much everybody's cool.
Yeah. And you know, the other thing
Yeah.
too is like, you know, somebody that I have as a contact at PRS like stuck their neck out for me to get that interview. It's like, come on, man. Like, why would I not say yes to it? If you went out of your way to actually, you know, say, hey, you should talk to this guy. I think it's a good idea. Man, that's quite an endorsement.
Exactly.
yeah, it makes me
Hey,
wonder
Guitar
what
Man
Leo
45,
Fender would be
Michael
like for YouTube interviews. Or Les
Yeah.
Paul.
Hey, Sandra.
I mean, he did plenty of interviews, of course, but like Leo, I mean, what would he be like for an interview on a YouTube channel? I'd be curious to know that.
Oh yeah. I think somebody is asking for a link to that interview, so I'm gonna try to find it.
You do that. Hey, Marsman, we've got Mayor Say in here.
Well, yeah,
Blackjack
it's
guitar.
like to kind of finish off like with that guy like that the person didn't like. It's like, okay, I gained 10 subs off that show, and my time went like all my stats went through the roof. He's already booked again. You know, like I really don't care what anyone else thinks. You don't sponsor my show. You have a huge company. You don't sponsor my show, so.
Speaking of which, you know, the real reason Doug's here, not to celebrate his cousin's success or anything, he texted me, he says he needs 12 subs tonight. He's hoping for 12 subs.
I didn't.
Because I think he wants to hit 200, I guess.
Go
Figures
suck
he's
it,
been
Doug.
doing it a couple of years, 200 subs for 2 years of work. And thank you very much, Sandra.
Year and a half.
All right, there we are. I just went blank. Yeah, Will says, Doug, you have a channel?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. It's one of those summer channels, right? Some are videos, some are just, I don't know what I just saw.
It's like summer
Of course,
tea.
that could bring us to shamelessly plug the Tuesday night show that Doug and I do, NAS Canucks, the NASCAR podcast with the Canadians.
That is just a total shit show.
Pretty much. You want to talk about no script. We each run our channels individually. Combine us together, 2 wrongs don't make a right. They make a left, though. A lot of lefts.
You may just end up sitting watching like Facebook picture screens.
Without audio, because
Yes.
we get censored sometimes. So, yeah. There we go.
That's
Got the link in the
what the
chat.
tinfoil hat's for.
Oh boy, here we go. More censorship.
Oh, here we go. Music Therapy Laz. Forgot to shout out our Hungarian homie.
Last.
And did I see somebody sneak on in here? I did see some. I want to say hello
You
to my
saw
good
Tony.
buddy Lewis. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, my friend.
I see TTK in the chat.
He's a great guy. Good
Throw
friend
up
of the
one of
channel.
these bad boys right there.
Yeah.
Talk about some OG YouTube right there, man. I remember like just getting started and Tone King was like doing his thing.
Gee, wall of amps. Wonder where I got that idea. Just,
I'm gonna have like a wall of pedals back here. That's my plan.
You're stealing
Dude,
that
I-
idea. You're stealing that idea from Josh Scott.
No,
every time I
no.
watch
that
it,
idea. It's totally
I'm older than
watch
Josh
your-
Scott, and I
Right.
started in this industry before he did. So he stole it from me.
The only thing I
Old
stole
school.
from Ben is if you lift this up, and it's not going to come down now. I've got like all alcohol behind here.
Oh, okay.
Well, Doug wins.
because he's a good
right
cousin.
there.
Yes. I think the last time I was on, there's like a 30-year-old bottle of Galliano back there,
Yeah.
unopened.
Unopened, yep.
Ben needs like a wall of mason jars behind him.
Oh, dear Lord.
I got that.
I've been
Strains
off
of
the
the
mason
day.
jar for a while now. I'm not sure. I had a couple. There was a few Sunday night bouts on here that I'm just like, I don't know if I want to revisit the mason
One of
jar
these?
for a little bit. That's why we got the glass saxophone now. We've transitioned. See, he's
Are we
taking
gonna
over
do
for
one
the
of
mason
these?
jar. It's a family thing.
Or an almost empty one of these. I don't drink that much.
No, that's just from this week.
A wall of glass saxophones. There you go, Ben.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, I will say though,
Strains of the day.
every time I watch one of Josh's videos, I was like, I could do a wall of pedals. I could do a wall of pedals. Hey, we got a new member. Thank you very much. Jeff K became a new member.
Thanks, Jeff.
Awesome.
I'm getting there. I've got like 60 or 70 in here.
I'm in the
into
studio,
pretty good-
so I can't have too much in here. I had to like sandwich myself in between the board and the lights and the cameras and etc. today.
I see Keith H sneak in here. Robot Masters do it. Wall of pedals. We might, especially after you guys all like sending stuff in. It's just like, okay, where do we put them all? I literally have a pile of the yet to be demoed. There's a bunch there that are demoed. Then there's the back there and on the floor, on the desk. I'm not complaining. I'm observing.
Are they all
It's
from
not
the Jungle
complaining, just
website?
observing.
Oh, the ones I sent Ben are available on the Jungle website, but I didn't buy them from there, so it's the same thing. It's just all that cheap stuff. Sean, what is it you panned over to show that board briefly? What is on that board? Because I'm a gear nerd, so I gotta know. Because
So many things. So many
Yes.
things.
It's beautiful. Love it.
So I'm
Walk us through it,
actually
please.
I'm gonna be doing a full rundown video on this with like more sound samples and whatnot, but this is the latest big board that I've done. Essentially, it's sort of I'm calling it the jack of all trades. So everything on here like lets me do, like I'll plug this in for the live streams, which I do on my channel every other Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shameless self plug, right there. But so I got the Walrus Audio ACS1, which is like the amp and cab sim pedal they just put out. So that's what I'm using for like all the amp sounds. And I have two scenes in the Gig Rig G2, which one bank is dialed in for mono sounds and a second bank is dialed in for stereo sounds. And it's basically everything that I need to do to use on live streams. I can write new like heavy stuff with it for my actual band. And then I can just kind of experiment if I want to with that. We were talking about rats earlier. I have the and like a legit old Ibanez Session Man on there, which I just absolutely love. The distortion on that is based on a rat. And it's pink and orange. It's the 1980s in a distortion pedal. What more could you want?
I think RJ doesn't have one of those.
Man, I'll tell you what. You guys have some of you might have seen the videos I've done with that guy Dakota on the channel. I bought it off of him, and it was like he calls it new old stock, and me, I'm like, no, this is dead mint. Like the box, the instruction manual, somewhere in this room, I still have the factory Maxon battery that was in the pedal that miraculously didn't leak battery acid. Oh man. So yeah, I got that. Someone pointed out the CE2, which is actually an early Keeley modded CE2 that Dakota also gave me. Yeah, just I tried to put as much stuff on there that I could just do like all the stuff that I would want to do here at the house and here in the studio for my own music. But then like I've been playing at church a lot recently. So this is what I've been using for that. The Morley is a volume pedal because
how often do you step on the rev in church?
Very little.
Yeah, because that's, I mean, how do you like that on that board? I'm curious because it's a different high gain, that pedal.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's purely for like the hard rock and heavy stuff that I do. It's not for church. I actually had. I mean,
you can always click in a little bit in the chorus and then bring it on.
Yeah.
I played in church always.
I'm sure that there are opportunities where I could kick that thing on and rain down the fire and wrath of God if I felt like it. But that's not quite its purpose on the board. It's more there to feed the riff monger in me when I'm, sitting here in the house and trying to write out some new tunes. But I wouldn't be surprised if the opportunity presented itself.
It should. So how do you like that Gig Rig? Because I've been looking into them a lot lately, and I have a huge pedal board, and I'm trying to figure it all out without doing the tap dancing. So tell me more about that Gig Rig, because I know plenty about it, but how do you use it in for gigs and what you do at home?
So I've had this for, I want to say 6 years, something like that. I did tons of research and bought it literally weeks before the I bought it weeks before the Boss ES8 came out. So it is expensive, I'll say that much. But I think Daniel has gone to a lot of trouble to really put in a feature set that makes it really, really easy to just plug and play and just go with it. I mainly these days, I have 4 basic presets that I use across most everything that I do. And then everything else is just on stomp box switches, instant access switches that I can turn on and off as I please. And I can just sort of build sounds that way. I don't use any of the MIDI on G2. I've tried to incorporate it, but it's just not been... I'm what I call a MIDiot. So I am terrible with it. So I tried it. It didn't work out like I had thought it would, and just am too lazy to bother to like really dive deep into it. But I also kind of looked at this as a way for me to... The way that I lay the board out, if I need to make adjustments, I can just kind of reach out and grab it kind of idea. I have a delay and reverb that have MIDI on it, and they have multiple banks that you can save presets to. And usually these days, it just comes down to, I'll just make a whole new bank of presets depending on whatever the set is calling for at any specific time. And then I'll have like one preset that just sticks to like the delay and the reverb sounds that I want all the time.
Right.
And if I need to make, like I said, if I need to make any adjustments, I can just reach right out and grab it, turn a knob, and just go and not worry about the MIDI. So that's basically how I've been using it. The whole board can go direct. I loaded my own IRs into the Walrus ACS1. So I have 3 different sound setups for that. One that's like a very middle of the road. I can run it mono, I can run it stereo, it doesn't really matter. Set up on like a Fender, one set up on a Vox that I predominantly use at church, and another stereo setup that's like a Marshall on one side with like an orange or a Marshall 412 IR, and then on the other side is a Fender that is kept clean with a lot more high end, but that has an EVH 5150 IR on it. So when you spread it out in stereo, that EVH cab is just taking care of the thump and the chunk and the like sizzling high end. And then the Marshall or the orange cab has got all the like heft and like cut and all that kind of content of tone, of guitar tone that you want to like really be heard. So it covers a lot of ground for me.
I can't wait for the full rundown now. I'm gonna be dialed in for that video. That's gonna be awesome.
I have to admit though, it's still getting dialed in. Like I still don't feel like it's 100% perfect yet, but I'm happy that I'm able to make the changes that I want to make on it without feeling too like intimidated by that prospect.
Got a question here. Ooh.
Questions are cool.
And see you, Will. What advice would you give new players? Don't sweat it. Don't rush yourself. It might be repetition, but repetition quickly becomes muscle memory, and then it's easier to move forward.
Play clean with a metronome.
Play clean with the metronome.
Learn how to relax.
Relax. Yep. One of the favorite songs I recommend to anyone, because you'll start learning chords, but it's switching chords, and that goes to what you said, Chris, about the metronome. Song Gloria, just E, A, and D, just over and over and over. And it's not fast, but you get into that rhythm. Boom, boom, boom. And then next thing you know, you're playing rock and roll. And that's all we try to do.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I always default to something that actually one of my wife's teachers gave a piece of advice to a group of singers. And I feel like you tell this to a group of singers, it's going to defeat some ego. Music is not the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as like you might want to like be at a certain level at a certain point in time, we're all different and we're all human and we're all going to have our own musical journeys, and we're going to get to those milestones whenever our selves are capable of getting there. The best part is it's not a competition.
Yep. I heard that too. One of my best friends who was an amazing guitar player told me that music isn't a competition and to just play what you love.
Yeah. Music is an
or
art.
try to play it.
Yeah.
Or try to play it. And if you can't play it perfectly, then how you interpret it is still good.
Yeah.
As terrible
Yeah,
as
that's-
it is. When you're playing your E chord and you know things aren't ringing out perfectly, that's fine. Move that around. And then you can sound like Alice in Chains because you're moving around an E chord. But I mean, and I'm kidding, kind of, but you know, the point is that with that one chord, you can find a lot all over the fretboard with it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
just learn from that. And like you said, Scott, just take your time with it, relax, breathe in and out as you play, because that's what I did do. Like you said, when I was first starting to play, I was holding my breath or grit my teeth because I was trying too hard. And like you said, relax, because then therein comes in all that feeling, emotion, and nuance. And I'm sure it's the same thing, Doug, with cornhole is just, it's that breathing and relaxing and that feel and rhythm, right?
Well,
so
and relaxing is important too, so you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah,
I see a lot of people treat the guitar like it's a racquetball or something. It's like, no, don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. Trust me, I know, I've done it. You'll give yourself tendonitis, or you'll hurt your arm or your back. Yeah, it's a finesse instrument, not weightlifting.
Yeah, for real. And the other, and it's like, you know, every guitar player is going to be different. We might all want to be able to play sweep arpeggios like Yngwie, but we're not all going to really be able to do that. And that's okay. You just got to find ways to get a similar idea across that isn't going to kill you.
Speaking of not going to kill you, we got the one, the only Boner Jams in the house.
Boner Jams. Sexiest man in rock and roll.
Of hotness. Evening, gents. Congrats, Ben. Proud of you. Keep kicking ass all the way to 4,000 subs. Thanks, Brother Jams. Great to see him. Co-host of Metal Wednesdays, the last Wednesday of the month on the Johnny Bean television network. Nope. YouTube network. That sounds better. Although you can watch it on your TV if you got one of them smart TVs. I don't mind's a moron. But yeah. And Preston was mentioning plateaus in guitar playing. Yeah. You're like, all of a sudden that one day when you can do a bar chord, you're like, holy crap, I did a bar chord. And then anybody, and I don't care who it is, immediate radius, if you do a bar chord for the first time, I don't care what age you are, gender, doesn't matter. The first time you say, hey, I just did a bar chord for the first time, you're going to get a response of, who cares? Nobody cares, but we care. We care.
Nobody cares.
No.
Yeah, nobody cares. But when you do it, it feels like the sky's open. It's like, it's glorious. It's beautiful. And then you lift up that first finger from the bar chord, the other chord, other strings ring. It's like, oh wow, this is different.
I was roughly like 12 going on 13 when I finally got bar chords down. I had been having lessons for about a year and a half and was just like, why am I not getting this? Why am I not getting this? Turns out Sean hit puberty not long after he started taking guitar lessons and just needed the right size guitar neck.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else about puberty. But, that works too. It's all one and the same. It's all one and the same. But this guy's
big hands,
it's
man.
a whole different world.
Big hands.
Got it.
Big hands.
You know what they say about guitar players with big hands? They need big necks.
Yep.
Big guitar players with big hands have big egos.
Hey, Great Vanzini.
Not even gonna deny that.
Let's see here. All right. Yeah, Pete Hickson here. Good to see Pete jumping in here. Janice. PJ Avekla Beard, as I like to call them. PJ and the Beard is here. One of the cool pedal demo duo. Yep, cool pedal demo duos. Damn it.
Pedal demo duo.
Yeah. Well, they do that. And they do similar to what you've done, like series. Like we're going to do trims for half a dozen trims. And then we'll demo them each. And then we'll shoot them out. And we'll do this and that, which is great stuff. Yeah, some cool stuff. I want to also say, hey, there's Lenny Lou. Good to see Lenny Lou in here. Nice. All right.
Not sure it works that way, Preston, but good
66
comment.
people watching. Oh, and Janice asks, strain of the day. That tasted like OG Kush to me. But I could be wrong. I don't know. It's weed. It works. I've already lost count of the amount of bowls I've had. Thanks for the super chats. Apparently, I've had a few because I've lost count. So there we are.
Have one for me. I can't do it anymore.
Well, okay, we can do that. All right. Or why not? I'm already. Oh man, I gotta
Big chest buster.
Oh, dude, I just realized. Yeah, we got homeschooling here tomorrow. Great.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's good.
Better prepare.
I'll just have one of these.
Times tables and coloring book. Is that the plan?
Yeah, just drooling and coloring books. That'll be the plan right there.
Finger painting.
Okay.
Finger painting. I dig that. Yeah, we can do that. Well, the 7-year-old would like that. The 12-year-old might not.
Well, it's still perfect to help you with the setup for your next video. So.
Well, yeah, I get that now. I meet a certain someone at the bus stop, Chris, and she said, "So, can we play some guitar today? Maybe. Any unboxings to do, perhaps?" Asking all innocently.
The fame has gone to her head.
So I thought, if I really want to be the sleazeball, I just make a video of just her on her own. Please, sirs of the YouTube community, please send my
my mom would subscribe if you did that.
Yeah, I thought
I don't have to send you more pills then.
Yeah, she likes to go through them all one time at her pace too. I cannot. I'm like, all right, it's a simple unboxing. This should be a 3-minute video, but no, at her pace. All right, sure. And this one's for Scott.
Well, she helped. Sure. Well, she helped get you here, so a few more of those, and you'll get another couple thousand subscribers. Just saying, it's a good thing.
Exactly. Jason, thank you very much, buddy. The land of Lincoln to you. So Illinois guy, I assume. Isn't that land of Lincoln? I do believe.
Yes, it is.
Woo. All right. It's no American history, kind of. Preston Smith, please, sirs, can you hit the thumbs up? I'll be sad if you don't.
Hey, you got 60. That's pretty good.
Nice. 63 watching, 60 thumbs ups. I'll take her. Ooh. Yep.
I'm going to have to build some pedals and send you some so you have more things to demo and unbox.
Oh, and just, yeah, so, me, sight unseen, tell me after the fact. I'm like, I have this thing. I don't know what it is. It's a thing I got from
It's a thing.
Make sure you send them UPS.
No.
No. No, yes, dude. So the old man wanted a new battery charger, Doug.
Yep.
But he didn't want a little battery charger. He wanted a nice little, in the garage battery charger. So he found one on the Jungle website. So I ordered one. All of a sudden it's been shipped by UPS. I'm like, fuck. I'm not expecting any charges because it is a domestic shipment. But the box is going to be damaged. And surprise, surprise. Because the guy, I opened up the garage door because I knew it was coming. When he arrived, He looked at me and I looked at him. I'm like, oh, that's the guy I told to go fuck himself last week. Perfect. Ain't karma.
I'm really surprised that UPS is the one that's bad for you, because for me, it's like if I get anything via FedEx, it's almost always guaranteed to either be lost, damaged, or late.
Yeah, just be glad I don't have to deal with international shipping for basically every demo you ever do, Sean.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
for
last
those who,
thing. Luckily, the last thing that I had. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that little box, the size of a Boss pedal box, they wanted like $100 Canadian in import, brokerage, rate, whatever. I don't know, fees. So I refused shipment. They wanted to, William De Silva here in the chat. They wanted to charge him another $80 or more US to receive the package back that they never delivered in the first place. And the great thing is that if you refuse, it'll sit there for 60 days. Then you get a phone call from them saying, hey, we're charging a 60-day storage fee of $25 for storing your package. That's the way they work. Lovely people. I'm getting all kinds of stories based on the comments off that video. And they keep coming in. And it's my daily chuckle.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
I'm just really glad.
I could tell you stories about.
There we go. Thank you, William.
I'm just really glad that the last thing that I bought internationally came via DHL, because that always DHL seems to do international right. Anytime I get something shipped via DHL coming from overseas, it's always on time and it's always in perfect condition.
Ooh, a Washburn?
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, Ty was asking if it was an A20 that I had in the background there, so I grabbed it to show him.
Nice.
It's an 82.
Hello to my sister.
Yeah, the list of horror stories with UPS to Canada is long and exhaustive. You may remember Landmine Pedals, which was out of Toronto. They had a distortion pedal, which at the time was like supposed to be the thing, and it was great, but just noisy as hell. Then he came out with a chorus pedal, and I bought that and sent it back to him because it didn't work. And I sent it to him with insurance, and he refused it because, like you said, he would have to have paid $200 just to accept the package. It's like, yeah, fuck UPS from here on out to Canada.
Yeah,
customs and duty fees is one of those things that I just don't understand it. Like 100%, I just don't understand it. How a consumer product in a world that just as the years go on and the world seems to get smaller, how it's like, I don't know, man. I just don't get it. It's one of those concepts that it just ceases to make sense the longer time goes on. There's no way that my guitar that I purchased from Australia should be touched by anyone that has to do with Homeland Security.
Yeah. Well, and that if you want to avoid, brokerage, import fees, all that stuff, that's why I say ship through the mail. Why? The government. They will not charge you those. The only thing would be customs. But if you put that it's a gift, which pedals, easy to conceal as gifts, they go, oh, it's a gift? We're not jerks. We're not going to charge you. Once in a while they might, but very rare. Very rare.
Yeah, which is when I sent you those pedals, Ben. I did it through the Postal Service and said no insurance. Yeah, and I said no, because I knew that they would get you there. They would get there okay, but I was, my previous experiences in and out of Canada is that no, don't put any insurance on it because I'm sending these to my buddy. I'm sending these to my friend. If he walks up to the counter and he's asked to fork over money for 3 pedals that I sent him as a gift. That's ridiculous, and pardon my language, but fuck you very much. No, it's ridiculous. And Sean's right. It is ridiculous. I mean, I don't order stuff from Toman anymore. Well, because half the Harley Benton stuff is just pure crap. But that's my opinion. But just those import fees. They say it's free shipping. Guess what? When it arrives at the post office, it's not free.
Yeah,
Sean's right. There's no reason. And
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
It's especially, it makes even less sense. And I know Randy's saying everyone wants their piece of the pie. At the end of the day, you know, I'll out myself here. I'm a free market capitalist, like 100 friggin' %. I'm in business for myself. I'm a business owner. I'm a small business owner, and I am all for every single person's freedom. And I've been very vocal about this whole sort of thing, for everybody to have the freedom to make a living doing what they love, however they see fit within the realm of law. For me, I'm a worldwide business right now. I deal with companies on a daily basis based in countries that are not the United States of America or Canada, for that matter. Not many more North American companies. And it's with the prevalence of, you brought up Tomon, let's bring up Ardens as well. Let's bring up Pedal Empire in Australia. Let's bring up, I'll even bring up a store. I think it's Ishibashi Music in Tokyo that Jason McNamara used to work for.
Right.
These companies are building an online presence that is worldwide and that is accessible by any single person in any country all over the world. The Ardens audience, I wouldn't be surprised if their audience was split between the UK and US, with the US just barely not getting the edge over the UK. And I personally have purchased gear from Ardens, and sure, $800 after pound to US dollar conversion, but then it's another $80 in customs and duty and import fees. It's like, and that's payable on delivery? No, I'm sorry. That's just a concept that between two allied nations just should not exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad trade agreement is what that is.
Yeah, that's a terrible trade agreement. And quite frankly, like, worldwide commerce is just...
Yeah, okay. There you go. Rant time.
Yeah.
What happened to free trade? What's NAFTA, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck for shipping between the U.S. and Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can I get stuff from China for nothing?
I'm just like, hey.
Yeah. The absolute,
Right.
the worldwide economic agreements right now are absolutely the worst that I can really imagine in my adult life, because there are so many things that, and I'm kind of seeing this in California right now too, where it's like, I've been very vocal about the state's, attack on freelance work, and been fighting that all throughout the last year and a half, still continuing to be very vocal about that. But then, as the COVID shutdowns were happening, like, not even giving businesses like any sort of leeway, like any sort of idea of how they could possibly proceed to keep their staff employed during the initial wave. It was just, nope, you got to stop. You can't do anything. And it's like, there were politicians in California that literally bullied Elon Musk and the Tesla plant out of California.
Yeah.
And now he's going to Texas, where it's like, Texas is going to be perfectly glad to have you bolstering their economy, building your expensive as hell cars.
Well, a lot of places are going to Tennessee too.
Yeah, they are. And the worst part is, it's like, I totally get why we were so scared in the beginning of all this, but the more we learn, it's like, but also the longer this goes on, we can't keep our citizens and we can't keep our people, we can't keep them in this like constant state of flux of like, how am I going to provide? How am I going to do this stuff? I worry so much for, we see all these things happening.
Well, and it's very recent too, because as you're saying that, I'm thinking, Doug, like it wasn't that long ago. Our grandmother, after her first husband passed away in Newfoundland, she just picked up shop and moved to New York.
Yep.
And I had that happen on my mom's side of the family too. Siblings of my grandpas. That's what you did. Like, you want to be famous in LA? You just moved to LA. There was no green card. Like, you just set up shop, and then at some point it was literally landed immigrant meant, oh, you've been living in town here for 5 years. You got a job, whatever. Yeah. All right, you're one of us now. You haven't done anything, so you're one of us now.
Yeah.
And
to be fair though, as someone coming from Newfoundland, she was kind of a free agent.
Yeah, that's true, because it wasn't part of Canada at the time.
They weren't part of Canada. They weren't part of the U.S. They were just,
and they weren't part of England either. They were kind of.
They were just
an independent nation.
I'm so sorry. I took this conversation way off topic, but just by agreeing with Ben that you guys sucks.
No, I think it's an important.
We made this political. I'm sorry. I
No.
just saw on the hold on a second. I just on the chat. I just saw in the chat that Amanda is making ice cream, and now I am really jealous.
Ice cream.
So how was it, Amanda? Because let's talk about gear and ice cream, because that's much more fun. I'm sorry. I cut you off, my friend.
No, it's fine. But at the same time, every once in a while, these discussions are important to have for the health of our something that we love.
And Sean says, it's not just. Let's do it on Ben's channel, not on my own.
But it's not just in the music industry. We go through it in cornhole as well, because there's only 2 bag makers in Canada, right? The rest are all in the States, and people are getting hooped trying to get bags up here, right? Because you've got the whole other going through Homeland Security. Try taking cornhole bags across the border, right? Oh, what's in this bag? What's the, what?
It's
I
not
tried to order some cornhole bags.
It's not granulated in white. That's
everywhere,
for sure.
Too.
Yeah. It doesn't look good through the X-rays. It's much like pedals.
Well, yeah, because it's all little. It's no longer corn. They're all little white resin pellets, right? So
it's totally not white resin pellets.
That's not bad. Still, going through security. I remember going through Pearson. They pulled me over and they're like, "Hey, what's that?" And they found my spare vape, and I carry on, right? And they're like, "Oh, that looks suspicious." Meanwhile, I looked at the X-ray just for shits and giggles. I said, "You don't have a problem with the other thing?" I had 3 sets of pickups lined up in my bag. Do you know what 3 sets of pickups look like in an X-ray? Looks a lot
semi-automatic assault rifle.
It looks a lot like a pipe bomb. With wiring and timers. It doesn't look good. And the guy went. Actually, he said to me, "Oh shit." That was his response. I'm like, yeah, no shit. That because I looked up, well, that looks like your cartoon type schematic type thing. And he went, oh shit. And then I said, they're guitar pickups. And he went, carry on. He forgot about the vape and everything. He's just, I'm like, do we really want to go there, buddy?
Well, thank God then it worked out.
Yeah.
Never let it be said that the TSA agents are the brightest crayons in the box.
But I will say, there is enough of them that have a sense of humor, because they're so. It's easy to leave America. I will say it's very easy to leave, not too easy to get into. The amount of questions I deal with, going one way versus the other, down to I have to give the exact street address of where I'm going to be going in the now in order to enter. Yeah, exact street address. Fun stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. I ate an edible before the fucking flight. Now I'm in TSA line for an hour, and it's kicked in, so this is fun. And I was like, and I just remember at one point, I don't know, I'm going to NAMM. That's why, because I was just fresh, because I was looking for the address on my phone, and they just started laughing because all it had been is all-day musicians coming through, going to NAMM. I was like, really? Just fuck. like profile me, please. You know, look at him. He's wearing a leather jacket. It's February. He's got hair down to his ass. Just let him through. He's no harm. He's just gonna go order a bunch of food and get on the flight with his own food.
Ben, you have
some
to
long-haired stone guy from Canada, eh?
To our secret location.
Well,
where that one guy likes us.
Yeah, there is the one guy. He likes us.
Man. Well, I hate to cut my portion of the party short, boys, but I gotta get going. But Ben, it was awesome to be on, man. Congrats on 3K. It's a hell of a ride, isn't it?
It is, my friend. Thanks so much for helping me along the way. We've had a very open dialogue for literally years at this point, and as well, I wish you continued success and growth, and we'll be looking for you both live every other Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, I might make an exception and go live this week because unfortunately last week I had to cancel, but I'll keep everybody posted on that one.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much for joining us, my friend.
Thanks for letting me hang out, guys. You all take care. It was great.
You too, Sean.
And you guys have a great rest of your week. Love you guys.
Thank you, Sean. You're the man.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Love you too.
Maybe one of the moderators could put a link to SPJ's channel in the chat because someone asked link available. I figured that's the last kind of channel we referred to. Brad says you should try coming out of Ecuador with aviation tools, bundles of wire, and the solder sleeves that look like fuses. We spent a lot of time with the military explaining. I bet you did, Brad. I bet you did.
I could get morbid here and say there's the one thing I had a little bit of issue with, and then once I showed them the paper, nobody wanted to come near me, was traveling with someone's ashes.
Yeah, that could be a hassle.
Actually, no, it wasn't. Once they seen the paper, everyone took like 5 steps back and didn't want to be anywhere near it.
Yeah, that's true.
And I got ushered everywhere. Just get them out of here.
Well, if they were in a cornhole bag, I'd understand that. Other than that, respect it, though.
Thanks, Terry. And hey, Terry.
Sorry, I'm just being a dick.
That's okay.
All good. Oh, man. Let's see. Oh, Metalworks is here. Nice.
Oh, robot. That's bad.
My sister's back, and she's full of ice cream. Blues Manus and Jamal.
Amanda just got the yes. Amanda just got the ice cream. I'm so jealous, Amanda. Share.
Excuse me.
What kind of ice cream did you make, Amanda?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, we want to know. It's chocolate, right?
I'm going to say vanilla.
Probably. Ty's asking to see that Les Paul.
Oh, yeah. This is my Les Paul's. This is the studio. Oh, geez. I say every time. The second time I've been on this channel, I'm showing off the guitar, and this is really anything to show off. But this is one of my everyday players. And it's just, it's good. It's set up right. Bought it from Sammy Ash in, 8 years ago or something. And so
I like the color.
It's right. I want to see Scott's.
You want to see mine? This is my Kramer that I've told Ben about.
That.
Snap. Right. Look at that.
And it's fully FU tone loaded.
Options. That is option paralysis for Scotty. That is option paralysis for me, bro. Look at those switches. Wow. I could do it. There's just no way.
I could only afford one guitar, so I got to be able to get like all my Strat and Telly tones out of the one guitar.
Nice.
And Les Paul sounds.
It's
also weird. Most people don't do this, but it's volume, bass, and treble. So
volume, bass, and treble.
Well, volume, treble, bass. It's a passive too.
See, this is what happens when you're good with the old soldering iron. You got a few brain cells that work in conjunction with each other. You want one guitar that does everything. This is cool, Scott. You're going to have to come back at some point, definitely, Scott. And you and I, we just need to do a hang. Just saying.
I'm down, man. We can talk about pedals and guitars and wiring and whatever you want.
Well, you know, this,
Oh,
that.
I want
and
to
the
talk
other
about
thing.
wiring now.
Okay. What do you want to know?
I want to talk
You want
about
to know how this
wiring.
thing's wired?
Yes. Yes. If you're
Okay,
getting
so-
Kelly tones out of a Kramer, then yes, I want to know. Yes.
Okay, so
I'm greedy.
I have a
I'm
really
sorry,
old
Ben,
DD.
but no, I gotta know.
I have a really old Duncan distortion that was wound by MJ, and it sounds different than the one in my other guitar. It's like way brighter for some reason. I don't know if one of the coils is like partially shorted or what. And I don't use this pickup, so it's like lowered. The middle position is actually the neck pickup, so bridge, and then this is the middle pickup. I need to get another hot rail to put in there because I really don't like the JB Junior. I like the hot rail. These are all series split parallel, and then this is a phase switch on the neck pickup. So, and I use 1 meg and two 250Ks, and I put a treble bleed in this, but I don't like it, so I'm probably going to take it back out and do 50s wiring so that the volume control doesn't knock so much of the treble off when I turn it down a little
Good night,
bit.
Amanda.
But yeah, so I flipped the pickups into parallel mode, and if I roll down the bass control, it's super telly. I mean, but still humbucking, so I don't get all the buzz and noise. Yeah, I worked on it for many years. They're all CTS pots too in Switchcraft, and this does not have the stock wiring in it at all. Also, the neck is glued on because it used to shift a little bit, like back and forth a little bit, and I got tired of it, and I sanded it and glued it on. It's been glued on forever. I finally had it refretted at one point, but I really want stainless in it so I never have to do it again. But it has the original 86 Floyd.
Nice.
Yeah, and everything's all FU tone, screws and the block. And I just got a new brass claw for it, which I haven't put in there yet. But I went with the Floyd Rose screws, the stainless screws, because the ones from FU tone are kind of dull and they're not shiny like the other ones, and I didn't really like that. So no offense to Adam. And I also have Ibanez locking bridge posts because it used to have the original screws, just the slotted screws. And after a while, of using the bar for 20 years, they got the little oval thing going on. So I bought some locking Ibanez Edge Pro 2 studs and locking bridge posts and put them in there. So yeah, it's a super customized guitar. I've had this guitar since like early 87.
Wow.
I love it. I haven't been playing, but it's one of those guitars that's just acoustically super loud.
Yeah.
Those are the good ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
So,
sounds really resonant, and I could pick.
Yeah.
I could pick your brain for days about that one guitar alone. But this is Ben's show, so I'm not going to do that.
I don't. All I know is, like, you mentioned wiring, and all I'm thinking is how I had to rewire this guy's fucking trailer light assembly in the rain in a parking lot, not more than a couple miles down the road from here. And what did you had for tools?
That's
He had like
Doug's
a pair of
favorite
needle
story.
nose pliers, an X-Acto knife, and maybe a Phillips screwdriver. And I somehow rewired in the trailer light wiring harness output through the tail light
but
assembly.
when you were done, the left signal didn't work.
Bullshit. It worked.
Didn't.
It didn't.
Well, it wouldn't make the click sound in the car, in the truck.
Oh, ooh.
Okay, well, somewhat mission accomplished.
Yeah, but with needle nose pliers, an X-Acto knife, and a Phillips screwdriver.
Dude,
But then we found out
that's a brilliant hack.
after I got home, we found out it would have only
Yes.
taken like 3 seconds to actually fix it.
Well, then I fixed it. No, once we got down there, that's when I fixed it, wasn't it?
Well, we realized that I took the vehicle for an oil change, and the guy knocked the wire off the battery for the trailer lights.
Right.
So all we would have had to do was just connect that wire back.
Right, yeah. So his existing harness had, because he got the oil change done obviously before the road trip. So instead, here I am in the rain just hacking in another wiring harness. He's like, "How do you do?" I'm like, "I usually just rip off a taillight, just hack into the existing system, and and then just drop her on down behind the rear bumper, and it'll get us there." Wasn't fancy, that's for sure, but it worked. Soaked afterwards, and he's sitting in the truck while I'm doing it. Yeah,
You apparently knew what you're doing. You didn't need me.
like, clearly. Clearly. Exactly. Stick of bubble gum and a matchstick tie. That's all you need.
Yeah, the MacGyver way.
Wasn't it? Or it was a Ford Escape, wasn't it, Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time, do it the red-green way. Just use some duct tape.
Well, that's all.
I think
that's
actually, I think you
always
used the
enough.
duct tape on the golf cart you had to fix down there,
I did.
and it wouldn't go in reverse.
Yep. Yeah, I fixed that. Yeah. Which was funny because
Wouldn't go in
nobody wanted me to
reverse?
take a look at it. They're like, he's the last guy we want touching anything down here because I was essentially your Captain Jack Sparrow type, pleasantly wasted at all given times. So, but I was like, let me take a look at her. I can get her working. When nobody was looking, I went over, tinkered with, and got her working. It's like say, red green.
Ben's a
Like,
candy
if anyone
guy.
watched any of my repair videos, that's where I learned red green, how to fix stuff. Because I can fix stuff the right way.
Perfect. There you go, Scott. Next time you have a golf cart that won't go in reverse, call Ben, not Doug, because Doug can't bear to get wet.
No.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah, but
call
the
Ben.
worst part of this,
Shit.
Chris?
I got his number. I'm calling him next time. It's like, what do I do here? I'm gonna send him a bunch of pictures and say, what do I do here? And then I'll
the
call
worst
you,
part was
Scott.
10 minutes later, I didn't even know what he
It'll
did
be
to
like,
fix it.
yeah, but there's a billion different ways we could do it. Hold on, we got to remove all the wiring. And I'm like, geez, no.
But what if I disguise it as a Zamboni?
I can't be asked to even change my own strings on the guitars. So.
Well, we've done those repairs. On the Olympia, you've had breakdown more than once, haven't you, Doug? Like, you've sent me videos and photos on the phone. You're like, so this happened. I'm like, okay, you're going to need the
Freaking
following
nightmare.
This hydraulic line came off and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, sometimes I just wish you lived close by. I'm like, I don't. I really don't.
Gentlemen, I must go. I apologize. Once again,
Chris?
Ben, congratulations on this landmark achievement, man. This is so awesome. And like I said before, you've grinded and karma is real and it's all coming back to you. Be well, my friends. Be good. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Chris.
See you, Chris. Right
on.
Yeah, totally.
Chris is a great guy.
He's
Likes
cool,
to
man.
work
I
from
see
home
him. I see him
sometimes.
everywhere.
Yep. Nice. So we got 39 people still watching here. Nice. Good crowd. Good crowd. Lots of people tuning in and throughout the night. I think we've had probably 100 different here. All right. See you, Preston. Cheers. Yeah. Metalhead Hippies coming up at the top of the hour. So we'll wrap up things in and around then. So
Need QFJ to pop in.
the one, the only. He's probably asleep and pantsless.
Did he get a new bird?
He did. believe Henning got him a bird.
Oh, nice.
I think. Possibly. I don't know.
I wonder when they're going to get married.
Nice. So why don't you plug a little bit, Scott? Tell people we got 53 people watching. See, 4 more people just tuned in just to hear what you were about to say. So no pressure or anything.
Sub to my channel. Watch me fix pedals when I get back to it. I've been having some IRL things going on, so I haven't been making videos, but I'll be back to it real soon. And I'm figuring out how to do a little bit more scripting and be a little bit more informative. So I'm going to work harder on that.
Nice. And I just want to let Doug know that's not Indie Racing League, Doug. Not Indie Racing League.
I did not think that at all.
Just trying to help you out. And you're looking great, by the way. The new lighting.
New lighting, yes.
Yes. We're getting Doug
That was
moving up in the world.
all possible because of karma.
Yep. Exactly.
She ordered it
more
online.
shows. Doug's wife is real. I vacationed with her.
Benji, that is a Washburn A20V.
I thought he was talking to you for a second, Ben. I was like, are we back in like 1982?
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't gone by that since 1982.
Benji like the dog.
One of the reasons I dropped it.
I bet. That's why I don't use my first name. Nobody can pronounce it. So I just go by my middle name.
There you go.
Actually, Ben does that too. Oh, he's over there.
Yeah, and so do you. What are you talking about?
Hey, more stuff in common.
That's Doug's burns and a heartbeat right there. Nutshell, heartbeat, both. Blah, blah, blah. Well, so are you. So.
Hey, take off, hoser.
So, Scott, whereabouts? I can't remember. You're in Idaho, right?
Yeah, I'm in southern Idaho, but I'm originally from Seattle.
Okay, so you're basically an honorary Canuck.
Yeah, I used to live in Bellingham too, which was just like right over the border.
There.
Yeah, and I used to go to Vancouver Island a lot. And when I was younger, we used to vacation there. Nice. So, I miss the mall there. They had the most amazing record store that had all these weird imports from all over the world, and I would go there to buy records. It was so awesome.
I bet. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I've been a music nut my whole life, pretty much. So
I hear you. Randy says, "What was the last Impulse guitar you purchased?" The Gretsch. Because it was an impulse. Because Richie says, "You want it?" I'm like, "Sure." Impulsively, I said yes.
I'm saving money for a ghost horse. I
Nice.
want one of those.
That Motorworks says Vancouver Island rocks. Just saying. Yeah, because you're there. That's why he's saying it. Nice.
I miss the beach. Man, it was great.
Totally forget what I was going to say earlier. Something involving Doug. I can't remember what it was. Damn it. It was good. It was positive for some reason.
I don't know.
Yep. It'll come to me. You'll get a text later.
Probably.
Like we usually do after our Tuesday shows. Right after the show, we're like, "Oh, we should have talked about this." Yep.
I'm trying not to talk too much because once I get going, I can be like SPJ and just keep going.
It's quite all right because I think I've had about 10. I've played about 10 songs on the old glass saxophone tonight. So.
Right on.
Yeah,
I wish I could do that, man. I used to be right there with you. You feel like you're a brother from another mother. If I was a little younger, I would be up there with you, just going, "Hey, man, hey, want to go get baked, man?"
Like, what do you mean want to? Already am, but sure.
Already am. Hey. Oh, well, let's go get more baked then, okay?
Pretty much. Hey, Mark. Working here. Robot Mass Switch says Tim Hortons donuts are good, but the coffee tastes meh. Meh is too much of a compliment.
Whatever.
I'm from Seattle, so I'm kind of a little bit of a coffee snob.
yeah.
I could probably hang with Pete.
Smells like wet hockey socks.
Ooh.
Their coffee
That's
smells like wet hockey socks. Not
So
just regular
kind of like
hockey.
Denny's coffee.
Oh, yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah, or AM PM coffee.
I can't even eat at Denny's. Like, everyone's like, after a gig, go to Denny's. They're open all night. I'm like, let's not. I don't want to die. I'll be crazy before I unload the gear. Forget it.
Dude, we used to go to Denny's after the bar closed, and it's like we would go there and drink coffee to sober up enough so we could drive home, and that was it. Yeah.
All right, Laz. I see your comment. We'll go a few more minutes here, folks.
I was gonna say I actually wore like music stuff tonight, like for the first time.
I can't.
You can't
tell
read
what
it.
No,
You can't read it, but
what was that? Lyrics or something?
well, it's got goddamn this noise inside my head. I got it on the David Bowie 9 Inch Nails Prick tour back in like '95.
Dude,
In bits.
Robert just said something that makes me homesick. Seattle is the only place in the world where you can say eat a bag of dicks and it is not an insult.
No, we got you beat. From the East Coast, we have you beat. Because we can all go and eat at the Lick a Chick. And then, when you're done with that, you go next door for ice cream at the Lick a Treat.
The liquor treat. Oh, I like it.
Yep.
You go to the Lick a Chick for the snack box special. 2 legs with coleslaw in the middle.
Snack box special. Oh, now I know where.
That reminds me. There. Yep. That. I'm just thinking that night, Doug, Richie, myself,
One night.
we're hanging out. Well, you were hanging off somewhere down south. You're off on, I don't know, a pilgrimage or a walkabout. I don't know what you were doing. I'm hanging out in the campsite. We had the people from next door, the young bikini girls, hanging out with their friends and stuff. Scott, this guy comes sauntering up, as only Doug does, with that, dry sense of humor, and starts quoting an early Howie Mandel monologue from Stand Up Day.
For anyone else here, there is the A&K Lick a Chick.
There it is. Yeah. Like, you got, what, 3 minutes into the Howie Mandel skit?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe he's just going, and I'm just like, and they're just dying. And then when they're all dying, then he's just like, I think I need to poop. And then he leaves.
We were talking about corn. What else was I to do?
Yep. And they're like, who the fuck's that guy? I'm like, he owns all this. They're like, really?
Yeah.
Mind blown.
That's great.
But then again, they're the ones with the bikini girls with the pool set up in the infield of a NASCAR race. So they're not exactly the brightest kills on the menorah.
Yeah, and they're the ones that would walk by and throw the baby Ruth into the pool, right?
Yeah. They could throw it in themselves and still believe it.
Nice. Good stuff. Oh.
Last questions, comments, concerns from the crowd in here. We'll probably wrap things up soon. See some chatter amongst each other in there. Nice. That's fine. That's part of the community.
Never went to 13 Coins. Did go to Beth's, and sadly, Beth's closed this year.
Ooh.
That place was a staple. Best omelets. Oh, man. If you want a greasy spoon, Beth's was the best place. Many memories.
Benji wants to see the Washburn again.
He wants to see the Washburn again. Okay.
And I think he's been here the whole show. So
Yeah,
that's
I
awesome.
already showed it off earlier, eh? I'll show it again.
Thanks, Randy. Robot's like, no, not best clothes. What the fuck? Yeah, what Ty said earlier, the Quiet Riot guitar.
Oops, gotta use the other arm.
Scott's having Steve from Boston issues right now.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, my arms hurt, so there's a head stuck. This is all customized too, but I won't go off on it like I did my Kramer. And it's also FU tone loaded.
Nice.
Adam.
Love Adam.
Love Adam. Yep. It's chrome. I have a thing for chrome and black if you haven't noticed.
Nothing wrong with chrome and black. The Symmetry says, any options or experience with the Graphtec Floyd style bridge with savers, anyone? Not myself. Dang, Tito.
I have.
Thank you so much, my friend.
I have, but I don't care for them. They're a little too dark for me. But some people think Floyd's are too bright, so you would like them if you think that.
Thank you very much, sir. Hey, Phil. I want to say Sakura? It's like Segura, but with a Q. Phil Sakura, I want to say. Nice. Yeah, I know why, Randy. Yeah, I know why. You know what? Since I got to move and stuff, let's throw one of the subscribers under the bus here. You know, Randy Crooks. I'm talking about him. So I got a phone call the other day from Randy Crooks. He goes, so I did something stupid. I'm like, what'd you do? And he's like, I bought one of those new Sterling Sisses. And I went, oh, really? He goes, what do you think? I'm like, haven't played one, but, you know, they got a good reputation. I can't see why it wouldn't be too shabby a guitar. So, you know, he's waiting for it to arrive. And it looks something like this, I believe. So he wanted to see this. So there you are, folks. This is I don't know what year it is. It's either 2011 or 2015. Those 2 years, they bounce around in my head. I don't know why. Probably more likely a 2011. And, you know, she's got the flameage. See it more that way than straight on, for whatever reason. And she's got the bird's eye in the fretboard. And she's great to play. I dig it. It's got a little bit of buckle rash. That's about it. Damn near mint. Plays great. Yeah, hardtail access is another unicorn. No, you know what the unicorn is? Those who like to, you know, browse the eBays and the Reverbs of the world, try putting an approximate value on a hardtail Wolfgang. Made in Japan special, which they only made for like 1 year. So how many of they made like the Floyd, the wheel stick version for 2 years. And maybe a few of these spread out over those 2 years. So good luck. Yeah, let me know what that's worth, folks, because I couldn't tell you.
I have no idea.
Priceless at the moment, but my sister would shoot me if I ever got rid of this because she loves this thing. She really wants this one.
It's very pretty.
It is nice with the matching headstock, you know, just to be all fancy.
I like how it's a hardtail.
Yeah. Yeah, with the old Gibson style fine tuners on the tailpiece too.
Yeah, that's like a Leo Kwan thing.
Yeah, I can't remember. I was always like, wow, you know, Eddie the Innovator, until I was watching a Trogley's with like, you know, a Lanera Les Paul Deluxe. I had these on like, hey, wait a minute. I know those.
Yeah. Maybe they had Schaller make that. So they were making their bridges there.
I believe you're right. Yeah, Brad. He says, better be careful with Amanda's guitar. Yeah.
Killer.
Great Vincent, he's like, 400 US, I'll give you 5. No.
Oh, I think it's worth a lot more than that now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I only paid $300
I think they were
for
going
this thing.
for, when I got it, which was, I don't know, damn near, let's say a year and a half ago at least. I think they were 8 or 9 US at that time, 100.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably 1,500 now. And that was for even the Floyd Rose version.
Probably more than that now.
Floyd Rose version.
Since Ed passed away, everything's just like really high.
Pretty much doubled.
Yeah. Well, I bought this thing for $300 like 20 years ago, and now it's like $1,500 for it. You know.
Sure. Hell,
it's weird.
I got my Kramer for a steal just a few years ago, but literally, like, there was a following for those guitars 3 years ago, but not like now. And even considering Eddie's passing, but they just continued the resurgence of them. You know, just the guitar buying market in general, I think.
I'm happy that Gibson like is doing something with the brand now. I'm really interested to see Tracy Gunn's next guitar.
Well, he put the pressure on Aljon, eh?
Yeah, he totally did.
Watch that Pete Thorne show. He goes, yeah, the Gunstar 2 with all F-U-tone stuff, because he wanted that in the original. And Aljon's like, like that really kills us production-wise. Because it's the hassle, because Adam would have to ship all the stuff to wherever the plant is overseas.
Right.
Because it's not like they're going to swap parts in America. Because then that's the whole point of having offshore makers. You're not paying an American worker anything other than some load work, dock worker type thing, warehousing.
They would have to buy the parts from Adam and then ship them over there, and
yep,
yeah, that would be logistic nightmare.
It does look cool. I agree, Benji. It does look cool. Yeah, I did enjoy that show last week. Like the two of them were just, you can tell, like, just had a blast hanging out with each other, camera or not.
Yeah, I would love to do that with someone. Just sit around and talk about gear all day long. That's like my favorite thing to do. So maybe someday I can swing up your way.
Yes. Tito says, you feel about Telecasters? Yeah, I dig them. I never asked for it, but I gotta say I'm in love with the new Squire Contemporary Tele with the RH pickups. They're sweet. Excuse me, finish outstanding. I felt, the Squire Contemporary series has always been kind of a metalish, we'll call it, series. So it'd probably be an aggressive Tele, I would imagine. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm just going to guess it's got a higher output pickups, which can't complain, possibly even humbuckers of some kind, and it's probably going to have a flatter radius neck, like a 10 or 14 even, 12 even. I just make up numbers at this point, but flatter radius neck than the standard 9.5. I'm just guessing. So it'd be a machine, that's for sure. I'd like to check one.
I like the black and chrome one with the Floyd.
Aha, 12-inch radius. I figured as much because I played the Jim Root Tele, the Squire one, and it was cool. And I dug it. It was passive EMGs, essentially. Ty says they look cool. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Now, if he had asked that question an hour and a half ago, might remember that guitar much clearer, but not at the moment. And we're not going to even try operating Google right now, so that's not an option. Lots of nuance in the pickups. Nice. That's what I'd like to hear. Speaking of which, I will be doing a demo. It'll probably be out this week. Speaking of Squires, Telecasters. Oh, look at that. Boom. Oh. Not the original pick guard. And Wayne, you did a terrible job putting this pick guard on. It's a Squire made in Indonesia Tele FSR. So, expect a demo. I'm not going to talk any further about it. Just saying. You want to know about it? Watch the demo. Or if you already own one, don't worry about it. You know what? You already own one. You know how it feels and plays and sounds. John 5's tellies are impressive. Yes, they are. There's lots of cool tellies there.
Any telly's a cool telly.
Yep. I agree. I think even Doug needs a telly. Just saying.
Doug needs a guitar. I could see that. You just hang it on the wall behind him.
Yeah. He'll say that's just here for when my cousin pops by if he wants to pick a tune or two.
This is up here to attract more viewers.
Yeah, this is all just I don't know what any of that stuff does back there. Hey, Mike. Mike's back. Nice. Well, we hit the 2-hour mark. That's nice. Awesome.
Nice.
Well, any parting words, Scott? We'll probably wrap things up here.
Thank you all for your support of Ben, one of my favorite YouTubers.
Perfect. Thanks. Doug?
Yeah. Watch Tuesday nights. Subscribe to my other shows so I can get to 200 subscribers. And yeah. No, we'll be on again.
Remember, Doug's wife is real.
Yeah.
That's true. Symmetry is going to go grill a steak. That sounds awesome. I like that idea. Randy, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Needs more cowbell. We always need more cowbell. You know? Need more cowbell. Yeah. Yep. I agree. So definitely on, thanks everybody that joined on here tonight. You guys hold the line because that's the way it works. You don't just dip out all of a sudden. You hang on the line.
I'm leaving now. I don't care. I'm leaving now. I'm done with it.
All right. You can if you want. Sure. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate it. So, thanks everybody that tuned in tonight. Thanks to the Mod Squad for helping out with the links and whatever moderation situations they had to handle. Perfect. Thank you very much. Thanks everybody that tuned in, left a thumbs up. If you're new, again, please like and subscribe. I'll be tomorrow with Custom Guitars. Might play some guitar again. I don't know. That seemed to go well last week. That was fun. My hands were a little sore the next day, but who cares? Let's do it. So I'll probably do that. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. So tomorrow connects with guitar. Man, pretty high at the moment. I know that. Damn. All right. So thanks, Benji and BC Rich and Robot and Jay and Guitar Man 45, Laz and Janice and Terry and Jay Steen, Ty Price. I'll be on with Ty on Wednesday. Definitely tune in if you want to see some very cool historical guitars. And it's a new guitar day for Boner Jam's co-host on Metal Wednesdays. See, I'm trying to be obscure, but if you know who I'm talking about, somebody bought a very famous guitar and he's going to be showing it off on Wednesday. How about that? So check out Nez Says on Wednesday. And if you want more info, Ty, you can text. I'll tell you. And because he should know he's on the show. He should probably know if he doesn't know already. So that'll be that. And so Doug, Scott, everybody, cheers, rock on, peace. Hold those doors open. Let that guy in heavy in traffic. Doug's wife's real. And yep. And I got endings right. Should set one of them up. There we go. So cheers, rock on, be good to each other, and all the above. And please subscribe and stay subscribed. Yeah, thanks. It was fun.